What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're here with another unboxing and review. Today we have the speeder bike, Scout Trooper, and the child combo pack thing. I don't know what you'd call this. It's not really a deluxe, it's a vehicle, technically. But just got this in the mail very recently. Shout out to the Canadian retailer Toy Snowman for hooking this up. Somehow he got these early, even before Amazon in the States. This is supposed to be an Amazon exclusive. But yeah, there you go, guys. We're going to be cracking this open here. I'm going to try to protect this side. It's not, I don't think it's going to line up with the rest of the images. I think it's going to be its own thing, but I'm going to open it from the other end just in case I decide to display it on a shelf. So let's just get into it here. A couple of pieces of tape. And away we go. Gotta move the flaps out of the way. And the plastic should just come right up. There, the little insert that they put on everything these days. Alright. There's that. Let's get my side cutters for this. All of these little pieces holding everything in. Should do it. That was easy. And then the target practice item and the smallest blaster I think in all of Black Series. It's probably the worst blaster for buying like secondhand figures and not getting that blaster. When you buy someone's used Scout Troopers, that's always, at least from what I've seen so far, always missing. I always ask like, oh hey, is your Scout Trooper complete? They're like, no, I don't have the blaster. Well, never mind, I don't want it then. If it's not complete, I don't want it. Alright, there we go. Let me just do one of these here. I'm trying to do this in one cut. So to save a bit of time, because it's kind of late right now. All right, so here it is. If you have the previous speeder bike to compare it to, there we go. There it is. Should be exactly the same. Should be the same bike in every single way. Just different paint apps. So what I'm actually gonna do, because I'm trying to collect just stuff from the Mandalorian, I think I'm actually gonna paint this one. So I wanted to compare the two to see what the differences would be. I can probably get away with not painting the metallic parts, because if you see this one is black. These subframe kind of pieces here, they're a much darker, I guess they're not black, I guess they're like a darker gray. They've got a little bit of a metal flakes in it, whereas this has a little bit of the, even less of the metal flakes, but this is like a gray, very clearly like a gray, not as dark as these pieces. So just a one-to-one paint job of the exterior pieces, like of this, probably might be sufficient. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about that one. There's the back of them for comparison. Oh, is there something wrong with these? Right here, this one's folded over. Probably from being in the pack. No, not from being in the package. Because the other side is the side that's tucked into the vacuum form packaging, right? Interesting, interesting. So everything else. I think it's the exact same sculpt. Everything should be exactly the same. Just interesting the changes in the paint apps. Like this actually has some metallic in here for the engines or the thrusters, whatever those are. Some metallic dry brushing here, and this one has literally no metallic application anywhere of any kind. None. They completely skipped using that color paint for this one. Interesting. I wonder why they did that. I guess they went with the white to match the show, obviously. But then they did the weathering with this kind of a gray. And that was it. Because this one's got just the brown and the metallic. And that's it. So maybe that's... Maybe they're just trying to do two-tone. Two trips to the paint booth. But then, like, the control panel... Let me get this guy off of here. It's going to be funny to have him standing next to the bike, all relaxed, when his life is at stake. As soon as IG-11 shows up. We're talking about Season 1, no spoiler alert. This thing is stuck in the joint. How'd they get that in there? It's like wrapped around the joint, or something like that. How do I get this out? I have to pop his hand off? There we go. It was twisted. That's why it was hard to get it off. So I guess be careful with that. These handlebars are very soft plastic, so you gotta watch out with those. Same like the old ones. The previous release, I should say. I guess technically they're not old. And I guess I should say this isn't the previous release. The previous one before this guy would be the Shadow Scout one. Like the black armor. I just want to rip this off, but I don't want to cause any problems. I don't like these elastics. I get why they do it. I appreciate it for the posing in the box, but I don't know. I kind of prefer twist ties, I think. I'm old school like that. The twist ties are just, they just make sense to me. Like, I'm worried I'm going to torque the plastic and rip this handle right off of this speeder bike. And that would make me very sad. There we go. Okay. So as you can see, the handles on both of these, because they're such a soft plastic, which I guess is fine for like durability, they're not, they don't look the greatest just sitting by themselves. You're gonna have to, if you wanted to take a photo like of just the bikes by themselves, you probably need to use your hair dryer or something and put them in hot water and get them to go in the right place. But I wanted to point out the paint apps here are different on this part as well. Again, no metallic, whereas this one has the metallic color. Instead, this has, looks like this is like a brown and this is like the gray. I think. Yeah, tough to tell. So, and look, there's black here, but there's no black here. This is gray also. So just some interesting decisions, and this was painted on this version, and this one is just whatever came out of the injection molding machine, just the brown plastic that they used for that. And the base is different. Not actually a fan of this base. This is shared with the Marvel Legends Cosmic Ghost Rider. I actually like this base because it gives you the 3 options for different heights. If you've never seen this before, it's got 3 different balls on it that peg into the speeder bike. So now I can have it riding higher than the other one. This stand, you've only got 1 option, but it looks like a terrain underneath, so that's kind of cool. it's still kind of cool. The terrain look is nice. Here's the Scout Trooper figure. I'm not going to review the articulation. This figure is a re-release for the 4th time now. First time would have been with this. Second time would have been the Shadow one. Third time would be the Archive Wave. So this is the 4th release of this exact same sculpt mold. Just a little bit of difference in the paint apps. Let me go ahead and show you those. So this is the one that came with the bike. This is the original release. I didn't remove this yet. See, I left the elastic on because I don't want to lose the blaster, just because. But you can see the helmet sculpt is the same. We got some extra paint detail here. It's not actually in the sculpt. There's the sculpt detail on that side. Quickly show you the arms are the same. The legs are the same. The boots are the same. Everything is the same. Just different paint apps. Nice and squeaky clean from Return of the Jedi. This one. And this is the one that we get from Mandalorian. Okay, now let's get this bag figured out here. So what people are usually surprised to know is that this bag does not have a Baby Yoda figure in it. It does not have a Grogu figure in it. This bag is just a bag with a Grogu head that I just nearly dropped on the floor. Oh, I caught it. Oof, that was close. Almost lost it. So yes, this bag does not have a figure in it. It just has a head. But once you take the head, you could probably leave the head in. Why is there red on this? That doesn't look right. Looks like they had some bleed somehow. I got red on the strap. I'll have to see about fixing that somehow with some brown or something. So you can close it up, and then it doesn't look like he's in there. You could probably leave the head on, but I just wanted to take it off to show you that it's not a full figure. And there you go. He's got his satchel, sack, his messenger bag, and the Baby Yoda head. So now if we take the Black Series Baby Yoda, they appear to be slightly different sculpts. This one's got the mouth open just a little bit. The ears are a little bit pointed up on this one. Let's see if they'll port. Yep, it's a bit of a loose fit. The ball is a little smaller on this one that comes in the bag, but I do like that you can get some variation there. Not a lot of detail, just at the size of this little guy, but yeah, it's very loose. It doesn't take any pressure to pull that one out, whereas this one, you get that nice snap sound, but pretty similar. Not too bad. Alright, let's do some quick comparisons here. Oh wait, I forgot this thing. This lights up in the show. There doesn't really seem to be any opportunity with this to customize it and add any kind of lights or anything, which is unfortunate. But I'm sure there will be places to get like a 3D model of this and then print it and throw lights in it and stuff. So that just about wraps it up. I'm happy with it. I like it. I think this is a good pack. I would certainly recommend this if you're going for the set of Mandalorian figures, as you can see there. Let me grab some Mando figures to compare it to. So let's put him next to the bike like this. Oh, and actually, you know what? I think this is probably released after the gaming greats, like the Last Jedi Fallen Order. It's also a reuse in that example of Scout Trooper. Just put this guy here next to his bike. So there's the Scout Trooper next to the Mandalorian from Season 1, Episode 1 and 2, I think, and 3. I think it was 1, 2, and 3. I forget now. And we'll throw in some Stormtroopers. This is the Stormtrooper pictured behind you there. I have a few of them. I only opened 2 of them so far. I do not have any of the Remnant Troopers yet to compare paint apps to on this super dirty looking Scout Trooper. But I do have those 2 Stormtroopers, the clean ones. Both of them are that Stormtrooper back there. And another important comparison that we should make. Let me just dig them up here. I've got my Mandalorian little bin of figures here. Can't find his other blaster. Let's do IG-11 because this guy meets his doom at the hands of IG-11. Not as tall as I would have liked. IG-11 should be towering over him, like this, I would think. So, because they're looking up at him when he approaches them. So it's I don't know, it's a little disappointing. That's not the fault of the Scout Trooper though. It's been recycled, like it's not recycled, but it's been reused multiple times. It's really the fault of the IG-11, not really being to scale, I think. Yeah, even that doesn't look right. He's got to look up at IG-11. So, all right, there you go, guys. There's my quick unboxing review. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button. My apologies for lack of a review station. I will be getting one set up shortly. I'm in a new house. It's taking time to get things situated the way I'd like them to be. Hit me up on Instagram if you have any questions. Also, follow on Instagram at Vern's Hobbies. I've been posting pictures of a lot of the 3D printing I've been doing lately. So if you have any questions, you want to check anything out, go ahead and do that there. Alright guys, that's it from me for this evening. Thank you much for joining me. May the Force be with you. Take care.